Alright everyone, we are back again with some more Rome 2. I know that I missed a week. I am feeling better. Definitely feeling better. But we have ourselves a nice little 3v3 on Ankara, which is one of my favorite maps for a 3v3, though sadly no one attacked the fun side. This one. This side, that side can get wild because when you win, you now have to deal with that shit. And you can blow up this bridge. With this, we have our second favorite Uchiha and his friends versus a Tide of Green. So let's get started on the defenders, and then we'll see who the Green Boys are. First off here, we have Nabatea, who is brought to us by Ultir Aizen. They have a Nabatean Noble Cavalry General, 4 Nabatean Heavy Archers, 9 of these beautiful armored Desert Hoplite, and 3 Desert Levy. Where are they? There they are. The core of that army right there. How are they going to stop that? But next up we have Aravaki. Great faction, by the way. Brought to us by Mr. Uchiha Madara. He's got himself a Noble Fighter General, 2 Balearic Slingers, and 2 Iberian Slingers. Which is a great choice because 4 Balearic Slingers is very expensive. And Iberians can be useful. 7 Iberian Swords, 2 Painted Warriors, and 6 Scutari. Speaking of our painted boys, where are they? These boys are fun because they have 1 Frenzy, and they have 2 Scare. So they are a great support unit, especially with their stats, to just wipe out an enemy if you hit them in the flank. Or just keep them in an area to help turn the tides of battle. But finally, we have Seleucid, brought to us by Pete, YouTube Total War. He's got 2 Silver Shield Pikemen, including his general. So he brought a Silver Shield Pikeman general, which is interesting. Don't see that very often, Pike generals. 4 Persian Light Archers. We also have 4 Hillmen, 4 Thorax Swords, and 5 Thraeos Spears. So look at these sexy boys. Don't see them too often, Silver Shields, because they're expensive pikes. I'm a fan of expensive pikes, I'm just not a fan of pikes. You don't normally see me bring them. But we have now the Tide of Green. So we'll start over here with the first green boy, light green. Shifty, bringing us Boyai. He's got himself 3 Osworn, including his general. 1 Fixed Ballista, 4 Celtic Bowmen, 7 Celtic Warriors, 1 Levy Freeman, and 4 Sword Followers. We have, well, the first of the dark greens over here, Galatia. They have a Galatian Nobleman General, and this is brought to us by 5007. Galatian Noble General, 3 Mercenary Senior Archers, 7 Galatian Legionnaires, 8 Galatian Swords, and 1 Levy Freeman. I'm loving the great number of Galatian Swords you brought. I love when people bring Galatian Swords because I like them. They're a nice front line in my opinion. Then we have Arverni, which I still can't figure out this name. But it looks like I tackle Blinky Key. I don't know. If someone knows how to spell it phonetically, tell me in the comments. It is brought to us by Averni here. He has himself an Osworn General, 1 Fixed Ballista, 4 Celtic Bowmen, 4 Celtic Warriors, 8 Chosen Swords, and just a random naked man. Where's that naked boy? I don't know if we can see him. There they are. Just some naked men. But there we go. That is the army comps. So, can they hold off this Tide of Green? Look at them camouflaging here. No one can see them. No one can see them because they're all dressed the same color as the scenery. But, with that, let us get this party started. Alrighty, let's get this party started.
Do not forget why we stand here. Behind us are our people, our families. We hold these walls to defend them. Should they fall, should we fail, then nothing stands between our people and slaughter.
Look at that, Nabatea being the good guys. I guess Madara, Mr. Uchiha here is right. Madara is right that the defenders are the good guys. They're just trying to defend their people while the tide of green goes to kill them. Interestingly enough, okay, interesting. So they are bringing up a bowman. The bowman's also just horribly out of formation based off of that. But these guys have 120 range. I'm assuming they're going to go for that ballista there. Okay. So we got some Persian light archers there. Let's see if they react. Other than that, anything interesting going on? Just the ballista going. Trying to hit what they can. Alright, so there is archer fire going in. And they are trying to take out that... Now, I will say they aren't getting the straight shot because of how broken up they are. They're going to have to reform and then come back in for the full shot. That's really how you get the ballista to sit on fire. Do a partial shot, somehow the invisible shield manages to block all of it. Hold on, what are you doing here? Okay, it was a misplay. Okay, good, good, good. I was like, man, bold. Bold of this man. Yeah, the Iberian swordsman there to take out any of the, what is it, the Gallic hunters. That Arverni would never bring. That is a waste. That is a waste right there. Poor Iberians are wasting their 5 javelins. Levy Freeman, battering rams. Okay, so Levy Freeman bringing up the battering ram. Do you have battering rams anywhere else? I don't see any more. The one way I like to attack, if I have 2 armies, one will attack here. The other will attack here. And try to utilize like this area as the breakthrough point, because if you can break through there, you can start to push in this way to support the outside of parts of the army. And cut this way if you have another army hitting this way. Kind of isolate the center here, and isolate this point here. Because, or sorry, not that point, but this point here. That way, if it done correctly, you basically take control like that. That is a good foothold to have as an attacker on Nenkaira. I don't like pushing too hard on this wall, like down this way. I don't mind hitting like, well, let me wait for that to fade. I don't mind hitting further up. I'll just do it in blue. I don't mind like hitting up here and making that choke point, but pushing the majority of your forces into this area with archer support to try to force them back. I get you need a certain amount of like just control. God, I'm great with these control here. But let us see. Let's see how these guys do it, because this helps me get other strategies to utilize. Okay, it looks like they're trying to aim for that corner piece, which is good. I don't like how it's just an attack along this. I don't like how it's just this wall attack. A straight wall attack. Utilize the angles if you can. Because if you could utilize rotating this way. If Arverni had archers. Which, if they do, we can't see. Would be very good. And that is just a waste of a poor naked warrior. That poor naked warrior. Why are you sending him in on the corner rush? I mean, I know he's initially winning, but God, he's going to be shot to death. Poor boy. Galatian swords trying to fight off these Iberians. Now that this is, poor boys. Oh, now you can start sending people through this gate because it is neutralized. Send 1 or 2 Galatians. Start sending the Galatian swords that way. Put some pressure there. Put some pressure here as well. Try to overwhelm here if this is what you're going to do. Madara is going to just have a fucking field day with these Iberians. Next fire. Up to 35. Yeah. How are these nakeds looking? Sorry, did I see Chosen? No, I'm just going crazy nakeds. These poor nakeds got shot to shit. Alright, that part of the wall's broken, so now we can funnel more men in. Good. Oh, that is 3 units of Legionnaires going in immediately. That is definitely an overwhelming situation you're about to face. Question is this going to blob them? Because if it blobs them, it's not worth it. You need to send a unit this way into that army. You need to keep 1 unit back as a reserve. Yep, that's exactly what you need to do. Good job, Galatia. Maybe peel an army off this way into the Desert Levy. That way you have 3 different armies tackling 3 different objectives. Really well done here, trying to break through that Iberian sword. Now, Galatia, you need to 1 move here and 2 move some men up here. You do that and you've got this part of the wall basically centered, and you've got this. But the last of the assault here is dropping down. Averni is losing this chosen sword. How is those Iberians doing? 52 kills. Okay. 107 on those Iberians. 100 there. Great job with the Iberians, utilizing them to their fullest. Even them getting shot. Here they are. Look at that. Averni does have Gallic hunters. Oh no. Who could have guessed that they were hiding Gallic hunters? I know I usually say the whole thing, I just wanted to surprise you with those. And which is why you saw all those boys on the walls, to prevent against an early javelin, or early power shot against the ballistic crew. Shooting at Iberian slingers is definitely not worth it, I can tell you that. Alright, we got Averni actually pushing in here. Yep, the center's broken through. So now they're holding off on each side while the center unit of Legionnaires move on in. We have more Legionnaires in this fight here. They've already broken through. Honestly, you need to retarget with those Galatian Legionnaires and then continue to target this way. If Galatia hits here while Averni and Galatia are trying to push up the center, that's going to be perfect. That's going to trap them and force them either to retreat or pull back. And if Galatia can get up here and get along like that, you hit them from 3 different sides, you force them back. They have no other choice. These Legionnaires are going to have like a field day. Okay, so they're not going to go this way. They should have. I think Galatia generally should have just started putting more pressure on this area instead of just pushing down here. I like how not only does it click when I move my keypad, but it also clicks when I click these. But this is just a waste of 4 units. You're not allowing Averni to push up on this corner because you're not supporting him. So far in the early game, probably the biggest mistake is not pushing here with any sort of units when Averni was pushing in. When Averni was pushing in with a few, even if they were going to lose, you could have probably put 2 towers on there, started to push right, started funneling units that way to help them, and taken this gate. They could have already owned this gate by now. Now they're just going to continue to ignore that? Yeah. You need to move these boys up. There's no one there blocking you. Alright, this is a good play by Bowie. Now that the front lines are engaged, he's now going to hit. He's now going to hit into the side. This is actually exactly what you'd want to do, because this is going to force them to break off their battle lines and cause a bit of confusion. However, defenders are also fighting Armored Desert Hoplite right now, which are going to be tough to deal with for the enemy. And they're going to hold. Alright, they got these up. It's the Celtic Warriors that did it. The Galatians still aren't moving up here. They're also still not moving off these towers. Alright, looks like the front lines have been abandoned. Fairly minimal losses for our Arvaki, to be honest. Some losses going to be hitting here now. Actually got some Desert Levy flanking. I mean, the Galatian Legionnaires are not going to care that Desert Levy flanking, but hey. Great job with the Ballista crew. The fact that you should have just charged this in, you see what he's doing. You need to get off that fucking tower and stop this Ballista right now. Because he's just going to rack up kills. They might already be done racking up kills. Holy shit! I did not even see this. Hell of a job by Arverni. Or Arvaki. Iberian Swords, 84 kills. Yeah, they're killing cheap units, but they are cheap on their own right, and they force them to waste javelins. And now, flip them. They can continue to be shot. Hillman coming out to support. This could be big. Now, if only the defenders had a unit or two of cavalry, could have definitely harassed the back lines, freaked them out, hunted units, stuff like that. That's why I always say you have to have a few units of cavalry. Skutari's still holding. Actually, Arvaki's still holding this gate, doing what they can to do damage. Nice job. Iberian Swordsman and a Painted Warrior. Iberian Slingers, Slinger's gonna have to pull back soon. Real damage against the Chosen. I'm assuming this Skutari is going to hit these Galatian swords. Yeah. Ooh, that was a hell of a lag. Back off. I do not know what is happening here. Okay, looks like we fought past it. Over here, yep, we have Bowie now funneling into the side flank. This is exactly what you want to do because this is going to disrupt everything. They can't have any range support now in the center. They're going to be forced back. Looks like, well, the Hillman did come back, but looks like that broke off. They killed the Iberian Sword. Now Skutari are going to have to fight against Sword Followers on the side, while these guys are going to be fighting in the front as well. This is a weird formation that's happening here. Weird what's happening with the Galatian Legionnaires. But the other two units have already broken, the Iberian and the Painted, sadly. Leaving the Skutari on its own. Probably the biggest misplay I've seen from Muciya right now is just getting that Skutari lost. He's not going to get out of there. You might as well just fight him in. Have him get as many kills as possible, unless you're trying to get him into here. But even then, they can just go around. No, they can't. Alright, yeah, they're going to get stuck up here. Just get it what he can through. Hopefully get 100 or so kills. Attacked in rear. Shit. Okay. Ooh. Attacked in rear keeps popping. Over here in the center, we're still having the Skutari hold out, though Skutari are not going to hold out for much longer. Desert Hoplite have pushed up pretty far. Yeah, as you can see here, once the Skutari breaks, bam, bam, get another unit along this way and into there. Good job, Hillman, trying to scare them off, but, I mean, if you had a unit of cavalry, bam, you would have been right into them. Without an issue. See what I mean? It's the importance of cavalry. Oh, shit. Putting a noble fighter now in the center. That's dangerous. I mean, honestly, noble fighters have a lot of armor. They have 75 armor and pretty good shields. So they're not going to be doing as much as they think. Skutari's still holding out. Got what he needed, 100 or so kills. Because these are against Chosens. There were some Galatians in there, but that has now made him worth it. That's a... Yeah, pull that Biak. They're trying to take out the Bowie archers, I see. Looks like the Thorax are actually managed to hold back. Skutari are not going to be able to hold against those sword followers. Armored Desert Hoplite surrounded and destroyed. But honestly, those pockets are really good for those Nabatean heavy archers. Ooh. They're down 40 men. Painted Warriors now in the fight here. They're going to tear. They're going to rip and tear. I don't know if they have the units to spare, but if they do, a strike like this would be big. Along that pathway, a strike there. Let's see what they got. They got a few units of infantry. Nabatea could probably do it. Nabatea could probably just make that strike this way, and this way, and this way, and recut off all these units. That's a bold strategy, and if they don't have mobility, it's not going to work, which is sadly the biggest issue. Painted Warriors still fighting. Silver Shield Pikes, they haven't eliminated the range threat. Definitely haven't eliminated the range threat enough yet to be worth it. They are doing their best. Those Syrians are dropping like flies. I imagine he's going to have a field day. Yeah. Yeah, let's just sit here for a moment. And to be honest, not a lot of fire against them, even against their unshielded side. Alright, with that, what are they up to immediately? They're already at 30, but they are now starting to drop. Ranged fire starting to hit them. But, honestly, Seleucid is doing an amazing job with his archers. That is some top-tier archer work. Yep, look at that. Galatia is now going to put more pressure on them with this spot and this spot. So the question is, can they hold their positions? Over here, Scutari about to fail. Honestly, if I was them, push up a little further. You need to push up a little further on here to make sure you maintain that corner. Where are they losing it? The hell? I think they're going to be just a little too late, and these guys are going to get across the blue circle. Oh? But the tide is still going. Scutari now trying to hold out here. Yeah, the question is, what can you push into the middle? Okay, you're pushing a decent amount into the middle. Yep, see, the archer's now forced away. This pikeman's screwed. Even if he wasn't about to be surrounded, this guy's screwed. And this is great play by these guys here. Galatia, Boii getting around here. One thing they're gonna hit that, free that up, then they can hit this way, and go down here. This is going to isolate. Yep, there goes the Galatian Legionnaires heading that way. The Rayos trying to do what they can to stop these Galatian Legionnaires, but he's stopping 2 units of Thoraios. Good job with the Thorax stopping them. That Thorax is about to drop, and he's gonna have more problems. This is a hole that is not going to be filled with the units he has. If you want to continue to hold there, you need to fill these 3 units up. Otherwise, you're screwed. How's the archers doing? 160. Nice job. Desert Hoplite doing what they can. Galatian Swords dropping. This center is just still a meat grinder. Honestly, both sides have been playing well. I think the biggest misplay was early on for Galatia not wiping out the units in the front. I think it allowed too many units to pull back. But quality of the units are questionable, so it's not going. It's a nitpick at this point. Let's put it that way. Did they push far enough in? No, they didn't. How are they still losing this? This circle must be far bigger than it looks like. Because they're not in that circle. They're close to the circle, but they're not in it, but it's neutralized. That's big for the attackers, because now that unlimited ammo fire ballista, or fire arrows aren't shooting at them anymore. Good job with the Desert Hoplite, that's what you needed. I'm assuming. But over here, there's not enough infantry. They're literally being pushed back to a holdout like this. Which is not what you want, because you're going to lose the gate here. Yeah, you've already lost the gate. Doing what he can with the Silver Shield Pike General. Actually, and it's going to be quite a lot if it stays in this fight. This fight, they're still trying to hold desperately here. The Noble Fighters, assuming because the Armored Hoplites are going to be holding there, this guy's going to go left. And the Nabatea Noble General's coming. Looks like they forgot a unit of Celtic Warriors over there in the corner. Up to 83 kills, nice job. The issue isn't really is the Silver Shield going to break, because they're not. The issue is are these Thoreos going to break? And the answer is yes. Fucking yes is the answer. Because even with arrow fire, this is not going to be a good... It's not a very good spot for the attackers to hold up. And they are starting to tear into that Oathsworn. Up to 112, nice job. Take advantage of this more. Get around, get behind, hit the sides. Do everything you can to break that corner. If you can break one of the two corners, you've won. For the attackers, if they can break one of these two corners, because the middle is going to just be a choke point fight. I don't imagine them getting through the Armored Desert Hoplite anytime soon. You know, if they break... less so in the middle, because if they break through the middle, they can just funnel another unit in. But if they break through one of these points here, or over here, they've won, in my opinion. So it's basically up to the defenders to continue to hold these positions with... basically grind down in these positions, or make a scheduled retreat back. But it's going to be hard to break that right-hand side because of those 3 extra Armored Desert Hoplite there just sitting there. Okay, this is just a push through. Okay. Yeah, it's not very kind. Into the Balearics, which, by the way, the Balearics have 232 kills. Yep, Noble Fighters there. Nope. Desert Hoplite, you do not need to help them. You need to continue to make sure you hold that corner position. How's this Balearic doing? 190. Holy cow. Assuming the general pushed back, yeah, 152 and he's pulled back. Honestly, you need to start funneling more men into this fight. Now that the archers are pushing away, it's safe for the Silver Shields to pull back up. This is where it'd be nice to have had another break in the wall, so you could have funneled the men like that and back. But over here we have the heavy push, getting into those Armored Hoplite, trying to stop those Noble Fighters as well. Yep, do this. Go, Chosen, go. Honestly, funnel all your spare men. Start funneling all your spare men into the center. This is what you needed. You're in shield wall, you're going to be thick. Yep, not as bad of a charge as you think. You can start cutting down the Nabatea Noble Cavalry. Honestly, this is where you break shield wall so they expand out a little bit. And then if they try to retreat, you just cut them down. But you need more than one unit to go towards the center if you want to do that. This is just a final offensive. The attackers started really well in early game. And just the same issues I'm seeing at the beginning that's kind of hurting them, just like they stop moving certain units, or they're not committing enough kind of thing. Yeah, they had at least another unit there. They had one unit in reserve, so the other unit can be going into here. They could have easily, they don't need 3 units like this. They could have funneled a unit or 2 this way, because that Oathsworn General would have done well. Now, I guess with the Noble Fighter would have been tough, but if you could have shattered that center, freed up all these units. That Oathsworn General is a sacrifice you need to be willing to make. But now it's too late. I think, yeah, they've broken this corner, which is really nice. So there's 2 units of infantry left. One commits to the center, one commits there, and I'm assuming one commits there, and they're going to continue to hold. Fair enough. Nice wasted Chevalier. Gallic dropping like nobody's business. One of them still has ammo, the other one doesn't. Do get another unit there. I don't know how they get this unit around. Because this looks... yep, nope, they did. That's how they got around right there. That was great. Broke those. Freed up this corner. This could be the play that these guys need. You need to charge the back of this unit as fast as possible. Get the hell in there. Break that noble fighter. Yeah, look how many of them just dropped there. You just killed 10. If they're already down to 49, that was exactly what you needed to do. Now, are you oversaturating this now? Yes. Yes, you are. And I feel like that Noble Cav is about to go round and into the back of these guys. But despite not having... Dude, Galatia, please, you need to push in. Again. Galatia's just sitting there letting themselves die. There's one unit in against pikes that they're just going to die against. Get that noble in. They don't have that much infantry. Get them in and commit them to this fight. They are just feeding the pikes, is what they're doing. But here the noble fighters are going to continue to get surrounded. Yep, there they go. Chosen still holding out. Once you break through here, you can get into the back of those Armored Desert Hoplite, do some real damage. But this fight is over, in my opinion. The Verni just screwed themselves. Yep. Oh, nice shot, Nabateans. What's that going to put them to? I mean, they're going to lose the Nabatean Noble Cav, but you're trying to break as much as possible, so that works. Yeah. Then we're going to add in army losses to the losses. No, just stay in the fight at this point. Yeah. To be honest, he could have sent 2 units that way or just that one shield walled one and hit the back of those Armored Desert Hoplite. Probably could have turned that fight around and saved his Chosen. That's gone. The Noble's now coming in too late. Noble's doing real damage and he's going to continue to do real damage, but he needed to be in earlier. That gone. Those are going to be gone. Yes, this fight is over. Great defense by Seleucid on this corner. I think they did a great job. Amazing attack initially from Boei when he committed into this fight here. That was exactly what you wanted to do. Smash that side into the side while Galatia was pushing down this way. Forces them to either pull back or commit a lot of men into that tight spot. Tight corridor. That's right, tight spot. Biggest mistake on the attack is I think they should have rotated more on this way on the attack. There. There. And there. And maybe kept a few towers there. And then the second army could have rotated around. The center army that was just going to support the other two rotates around and hits this with the rest of his army. But with this, that is done. I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think would have been if there was a better way to attack that spot, or if there was or if you would have done anything differently. I think the Seleucid defense at the end was a bit hectic, but that's exactly what they needed. They won the hectic fight. Happens sometimes. Sometimes battle lines get that way. But with that, let us look at how everyone did. How everyone performed. First off, we have Nabatea, brought to us by Ultirezen. 203 on that Nabatean Noble Cavalry. Nice job. Nabatean Heavy Archers, 179, 286, 162, 146. Then his Army of Armored Desert Hoplite, 186, 112, 106, 154, 104. Look at that. One Desert Levy got 55 kills. Let's go. The second best Uchiha, Mr. Madara, 248, brought to us by the Noble Fighter. Balearics, 250, 225. Iberians, 203, 108, which, if you know Iberians, that's impressive to get those numbers. With that, 113 on that Iberian, 140, 125, and 125 on those Iberians. Great job. Great showing with those Iberians. 102, 155 on the 102 on the Painteds, and then 155 on that Scutari. Same with that 148. Honestly, not a crazy performance, but what they were fighting against, that's actually good for them. With that, next up we have Pete, Mr. YouTube Total War. Silver Shield Pikeman General, 323. I told you they were just funneling that guy in, funneling those units into the slaughter. Archer-wise, 237, 160, 152. Nice, nice, nice. 65 on a Hillman, let's go. 100 on the other Silver Shield Pikeman. 127, 203, 134 on those Thorax. Then Thoreos, one of them got 114, and another got 176. I probably only would have brought 2 Thoreos. If anything, I think that was slightly too many, especially with how hectic you saw. It's the reason why it was so hectic is just some of those units were meant to sit back and they couldn't. But let's move on to Shifty, brought to bring us that beautiful Bowie Eye. 107 on that Oathsworn General, 134, 192. Nice, nice. Then 153 on a Sword Follower, 157. Celtic Warriors, 115, 122, 127. Oh, so close, buddy. But no cigar. And then those Celtic Bowmen, 107, 152, 102. Oh, that levy only got 25. S007, which I think I called 5007 before, because that S and 5 looks so similar. 007 over here is 139 on that Galatian Nobleman, 114, 168 on those mercenary Syrians. Legionnaires here, 100, 267, 219, 231, and 232. Nice job for most of them. Then the Galatian Swords, 137, 103, 152, 107, 174. So amazing job. Then 78 kills on this Levy Freeman. Holy cow. Then I tackle Blind Key. Don't know how you say that name still. We bring us Arverni. Arverni here, he had 4 Gallic Hunters. 106, 111, 122, 109. He also has himself 126, 193 on those Celtics. 110, 142 for the Chosen. 117 as well. Then 55 on those poor Nakeds that were thrown to the slaughter. This monster. I like how that Celtic Warrior was just sitting in the background the whole time and he just had 0 kills. But with that, that is the battle done. What would you have done differently? What do you think the biggest mistake could have been, as always? I love to hear your opinions, and because you guys teach me something and I try to teach you guys something. Bye for now.